Hi guys, welcome to another video. So I had a request the other day from one of my subscribers to do a video on the maintenance for these ARS long reach pruners. We've probably seen them in my videos, certainly on my Instagram. There isn't any videos out there on maintenance of these, so what I thought I'd do is I would just give you a quick video on what I do, a little look at taking this apart and getting it working properly. Alright, let's get going. First off, we're going to remove this screw and the bolt on the other side. I'm going to take these two off, and that'll separate the blade unit from the tubing. So they're all out now. These all need a little bit of a clean, degrease and a resharpen. So this blade just needs sharpening like you would sharpen any secateurs blade, whether that be using a little diamond stone or whatever sharpening methods you use. So now it's time to take apart the handle. So we're going to be taking off this, a little locking nut, and this one here. So that's the handle all taken apart. So this is just a little nut that goes in the handle here, which sets how much the blade bypasses the anvil. But when you're putting it back together, it's something you want to be aware of, as you can end up it bypassing too much. So that's something to watch out for. But everything else just needs a clean, and I'll show you just taking apart the tubing as well, and then we'll get it all back together. So that's what the tubing looks like, and this bit here just slides through. You can pull that out, but there's no real need to. Just keep it all together. If you want to take this part away, simply depress that and pull that away, and then it's a case of just lining up these two bits. Yeah, just line those up, and that'll click in, and then you've got your range of motion again. But unless you break any of these bits, which you shouldn't do, you can bend this little bit at the end here. But other than that, I wouldn't recommend taking them going this far. There's no real need to. Just give it a squirt of oil occasionally, and that'll be fine. Right, now to put it all back together. So that's the handle roughly back together. Just need to put in this nut into here. This is a nut you have to be careful with, as it can wear through the aluminium here. If you lose that, the whole thing doesn't work. So look after that nut, make sure it's tight, check it's tight every time you use it, and then you won't lose it. And the other thing to note with this is, don't do everything up tightly. So leave it loose, put on, and we'll put on the top, and then we can fine tune that and get it bypassing how we want it to. So I'm just going to put this in to lock it in, and then we'll get onto the handle. So with the blade section, we just put this section back on with the anvil, locking that in place. So I've just loosely attached the blade. You want to make sure that the screw head and this bit sits in the spacer where there's no thread, as this section here is threaded. So you want to tighten that so that goes fully tight, and then we'll just tighten the bolt on to lock it as well once we're done with any adjustments. And the same goes for this. So we'll put a little bit of grease in there, not too much, just enough to lubricate it. Just spread it around a little bit there. Now we put that in there, and then as you can see it's screwing into there, and then we just set the tension, and usually it's just about finger tight. Yep, and that's bypassing really nicely, so that's the right tension. Then we'll come to this side, and we'll just put that locking nut on. And before I do it too tight, I'm going to just check that it's not bypassing too much and adjust it on the other end. You do need to do the adjustment. Take this nut out, hold this in whilst keeping this, make sure this is locked in, and then simply, once this is out, simply twist this handle clockwise or anti-clockwise, depending whether you want to increase the bypass or shorten the bypass, if that makes sense. So after a little bit of fiddling, I've got it how I want it to meet and bypass. So as you can see, that's just bypassing and resting nicely on there, so that's fine. It's just a case of tightening everything up, putting all the bolts together, putting a bit of oil on it. So there we go, all cleaned, sharpened and ready for another few months of use. I hope you found the video useful. If you did, give us a thumbs up. Do you have any questions about the ARS pruner, any of the maintenance, or something I didn't cover? By all means, drop a comment in the comment section below and I'll get back to you with an answer as soon as I can. And once again, thanks for watching. Bye for now.